I'm Anne, the Black Wind Psychic. I am a psychic medium. I channel and I use tarot cards, but I am not a traditional tarot card reader. And it's important that you know that not all tarot card readers are psychic. As well, not all psychics are mediums, and there are some mediums who don't have psychic abilities. So I'm going to do a short general reading. If you would like a reading, my email's in the description. Email me and we will schedule a reading for you. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed. If you're watching but not subscribed, please do so. And then, so I'm going to do a short general reading. But before I do, I know that I don't take responsibility for this because you are responsible for your own feelings. But I know that there were some people in my video last night that were a bit frazzled or prickly. And so, yeah. Well, actually, there was actually just one person. And I believe that that person didn't like it that I said that,
I didn't know I had liver
chosen
disease.
people chosen people or earth angels don't smoke marijuana. So, okay, so the reason I brought up what I brought up last night about starseeds and chosen people and earth angels wasn't because I wanted to call anybody out or say, I'm pointing out the fact that I believe there are a lot of starseeds that have a mission, and instead of accomplishing their mission, their ego is telling them that they are chosen or that they are an earth angel. So, yeah. Okay, and then there was one person that got upset and I'm okay with anyone disagreeing with me. You know, I certainly don't deserve anyone's disrespect, that's for sure. But I will say, okay, so there's this one person said, this one person, I believe what they're saying is we are all chosen for some purpose. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that all human beings on this planet that we're living in, I don't believe that everyone is chosen. In fact, I know that they're not. But this person said we're all chosen for some purpose and we're here for a reason. All God's children. I don't share that belief either. I highly disagree with you and now choose to leave. Okay. But what she said was natural medicine is a gift from Mother Earth, BTW, which is, by the way, it's about moderation. Okay, so that it's about moderation, that seems like a bit of overcompensation, and it sounds very passive aggressive. I'm sorry, but I must disengage with your channel. And also too, this same person actually sort of not apologized, but said, just kidding, one never gets a chance to explain. I think that is the worst part. Shout out to Jane, whatever, a beautiful Canadian musician who I hope is well. I woke up today realizing that I won the Airhead of the Year award. Okay, so clearly she is feeling different, and she said she overreacted and she's looking forward to future messages. Whatever. But and that's fine. That's fine. I don't need anyone. I certainly don't appreciate anyone's rudeness. And I appreciate your apology if that's what that was. However, if you're referring to marijuana being natural medicine, which is a gift from Mother Earth, it's not. It absolutely is not. And I don't. You can grow marijuana outside, and it can be completely organic and. That's an artificial intelligence installation, is what that is. So, yeah, argue that with somebody else. I'm not going to argue with that with you. I'm not. I'm not. Okay. But what I and switching gears, what I will tell you is if in the comments, if you choose to say something in comments where you're like declaring something or you're casting a spell, first of all, this is not the place to do that. So if you're casting some sort of spell or aspersion, I'm going to block you, and I'm going to remove your comment, because this is not the place to do return to senders. It's not the place to it's not. If you want to leave a kind and loving comment, but like casting spells and like doing other stuff, it is absolutely not the place. So please don't do it. Please don't do it. And historically speaking, whenever I ask someone not to do it, then a bunch of people do it, but I'm just going to go in there and remove it. So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. If you want to do any back to sender spells or whatever, which I don't believe that you have the permission or ranking or protection to do, which you shouldn't be doing. You should not be doing that. It's dangerous. You're bringing harm to yourself by doing that. That's not very intelligent to do that. But if you choose to do that, don't do it here. Don't do it here. Okay. All right. So whatever. Again, I clearly ruffled this person's feathers because they think that marijuana is natural medicine from Mother Earth. Okay. And then there was someone else that left a really, okay, so this person said, hey, it's the feminine male. Okay, so this person is trying to do YouTube too, which I get a lot of that. I get a lot of people who are trying to do a YouTube channel, which I don't know why they're coming to me. Here's my advice. If you're doing tarot card readings on YouTube, there's gender and tarot. There's gender and tarot. Okay. Okay. This person said, I was confused when you said people said they were cursed. To believe you're cursed is a huge misunderstanding of the fundamentals of the absolute truth. If I felt I had to explain to someone how that is wrong, I would just sigh and walk away. Well, I can't. Oh, and believe me, 99% of the time, I don't sigh. I just walk away. However, I am seeing a lot of people who I know that they're starseeds, and I know that they have a mission, and they're hiding behind the umbrella of being an earth angel or a chosen person, and they're saying that, I have all this chaos in my life, and this person hurt me, and that person hurt me, and this person hurt me, and that person hurt me, and that's not an earth angel. That's not an earth angel. And this sweet person said, I dislike opposing you because you're so wise and constantly right. I believe from my own experience that earth angel energy keeps finding themselves in conflicts they never wanted. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. I send you so much love, but that's not an earth angel. That is a starseed. A starseed finds themselves in conflicts that they didn't want because of their mission, because of why they came here. It was my point of bringing up the issues that I brought up last night, because people are confused. That is not an earth angel. That is not an earth angel. Okay, so he says, I believe from my own experience that earth angel energy keeps finding themselves in conflicts they never wanted, absorbing darkness that wasn't theirs. Okay, well, you mean absorbing toxicity, or absorbing chaos, or absorbing light energy? Yeah, Okay, so we all know that dark ethereal energy is kind and compassionate. It's where all the answers are. So star seeds are the ones that take on other people's energy to try to heal other people that don't really want to be healed. So that's not an earth angel. That is not an earth angel. Okay. They alchemize by trying to bring peace to chaotic people and experiences. Okay. Again, and I, whoever you are, and I watched your video where you were making toast with your mom, and I thought that was the most endearing, sweetest. Oh my gosh, I adore you. I thought that was the sweetest thing. You and your mother are adorable, and the fact that the way that you were making toast, I loved. I loved, and so that's why I'm reading your comment. Okay, so it says they alchemize by trying to bring peace to chaotic people and experiences. That's a star seed. That's a star seed. That is not an earth angel. That is not an earth angel. Yet they end up wounded and alone. That is a star seed. That's a star seed. That's why so many star seeds have issues with drugs and alcohol and abusive relationships. Earth angels don't. Earth angels typically don't drink alcohol. They don't do drugs. They don't smoke marijuana. They certainly don't vape. And for all you vapors out there, you would be better off to go back to cigarettes, because vaping is probably one of the worst things. Like I see vaping as like genocide. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad that you wrote this. I'm glad that you wrote this, and I honestly think that you are the sweetest human. I am, yeah. That toast video was fabulous. Yeah. Okay. If a person whose soul mission puts them in places of spiritual warfare, not by choice but by nature, that's a starseed. That is not an earth angel. That's not an earth angel. Being in a position like this absolutely creates the tension that urges us to drink and smoke. Yes, that's a starseed. That is a starseed. That's what that is. Yes. Okay. At times, at certain vibrations, these activities can be balancing. No, that's not true. No. Drinking alcohol, so alcohol, and I'm not going to go into this, but the whole marijuana and alcohol and any kind of drug that you can think of, even these ones that people think are fabulous by the what is that called? Oh my gosh, psychedelics. Those were all put in place by the controllers to knock you off your square. It was to keep you stuck and stagnant and low vibrational, so that you don't ascend. So you're correct in what you're saying, but what you're describing is a star seed. It is not an earth angel. It's not. And again, I think you're so adorable. And this sounds like me, because it says, who's to say the man slumped on the sidewalk isn't a superhero? I must tell you that anyone that is outside, or anyone that does a tremendous amount of drugs, my heart stops for them. And he said he sure did more drugs than anyone else. Yes, because, and I say that with a most compassion, because I was afforded a very long time ago as a child. I know where there's certain entities that drugs come from, and so I'm very familiar with them. And then this person said, God has clearly already blessed you. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to comment on that. As always, thanks for the clear channel. Okay, so for whomever you are, again, I looked at your YouTube channel. I adored your video. I adored the banter that you had back and forth with your mother. I appreciate what you said here. And again, I think a lot of people are confused with starseeds and earth angels. So yeah. And then previously someone had said in the comments that I confused them, and I commented back and I said, good, better to be confused than sleeping. So you know what, we're making progress. So yeah, I know that a lot of starseeds watch my videos. I know they do. And so yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go. All right. And so for the person who, so for the pothead that like does all of the natural medicine, it's not natural medicine. It's not natural medicine. It's artificial intelligence. And again, you can grow it as organically as you want to. I'm not going to argue it with you. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're just going down a rabbit hole, because then that, I'm just sorry. I was like thinking about like the whole drug thing and what people think are demons, and and one more thing. So not only do I not want anyone casting any type of spells or back to sender spells or anything in the comments, because I will delete it, but please don't call anyone dark or demonic either, because you don't know what you're talking about. So again, like, I send everyone love, but I think a lot of you starseeds are hiding behind, of course you are hiding behind a lot of things. A lot of distractions were put in your way so that you don't do what you're supposed to do. So, all right, let's see what comes out tonight. Oh, look at that. The emperor like went the other way. Okay, so there's this is not going to be fragmented, but we might jump around a little bit. In a typical psychic reading, that you do jump around because of the way information comes in. But someone has, okay, so for someone who's watching, you have a masculine energy that wants to offer you an apology or an explanation. So yeah, and I know that a lot of you are empaths and you're quite compassionate, and you're very kind and loving, and so I know that you will listen. Yeah. And it looks like this person's explanation is sincere. So yeah, do with that what you will. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this person is quite stressed. Really wants to offer you an explanation. So yeah, it's all right. Okay. Yay. Yay me, yay you. That's the sun. That is life force energy. Without that, you can't live. And so it comes in for all of you that are watching, and for me, that's fabulous. It's confirmation that we're all going in a good direction, or just a direction. At least we're moving. At least we're not sleepy McSleepersons. Okay, so that is life force energy. It is the sun that shines light. When the sun comes out, when you see the sun during the day, you must know that it's shining just for you. The sun is shining for you, just for you. And so, and it is derived from the S-O-N, black ethereal, the sun. Okay, energy. And on the bottom of the deck is our infamous, yeah, that's either government or law enforcement. So we'll see what that is. We will see what that is. Ooh. So, okay, so whether it's government and law enforcement doesn't really matter, but someone in a position of power, wow. Someone in a position of power is very protective over you, and this person loves you and is very protective over you. So if this is your like significant other, or this is your person, yeah, that's very sweet. That is very sweet. That's really endearing energy. I love that. That's really nice. Really nice. This person is very protective. Okay. That's really sweet. Okay. And so what the sun comes in for two reasons. Number one, it comes in support of you. The sun comes in because it loves you. The sun comes in because it feeds you, and it is symbiotic with you. So that's why it comes in, but it also comes in because it wants you to see the truth. It wants you to open your eyes and stop sleeping. It wants you to be aware and look and listen, because yeah, jeez. Okay, and so this is a bit complex, because for whomever you are, there's a man riding on a white horse, which is a person that's wearing a mask. They are false and fake and incapable of speaking the truth by choice, because they live in fear. And they live in fear and not love. They are constantly looking for external validation. That is, sorry, but that's the energy of, most people would call it a cheater. I don't refer to, I don't call anything like cheaters. And here's why. Because if you are in a, like a committed relationship with someone, or you agree to exclusivity, then if you, so for me, if you are in a resonance of love and for whatever reason you choose to engage in any fashion with someone else, then for me, as soon as you have the notion to do that, then you are no longer exclusive with that other person. So for me, and at that point your energy shifts and changes, and it is your responsibility to tell that other person without them having to find out. Because if you don't, then most people would call that karma. It's just a whole, tons of layers of things that can change your trajectory in life, that can change your health, that can change everything for you. Can change everything for you when you don't live in a space of authenticity. And so what the sun is wanting you to see, wanting you to really look at with clear eyes and clear vision, is that this person riding on a white horse, was engaging with other people other than you, and looks like there's like and that's alcohol. It's the use of alcohol. So there's many factors, there's many layers, there's many things going on, but the sun comes in for you because the sun wants you to see it, but not to blame, or not to shun, not to judge, but the sun wants you to see it for what it was and why you were willing to participate in it, so that you love yourself, raise your vibration, and don't choose to bring that into your life again. That's why the sun is there, so that you don't repeat that same pattern or relationship. That's what that is. So again, most people would call that, say, cheating, and they talk about karma. I choose not to, because it's very low vibrational. It's very low vibrational. Okay. Okay, this is, wow. This is really, wow. Okay. And so what comes in next is like, so this is really nice for whomever's watching. So the sun wants you to see all of that happened because it emotionally damaged you. But the sun wants you to love yourself and heal and rectify all of that, all of those emotions, and become higher vibrational, because you have you have a soul contract coming to you, because you so after like the healing and like complete forgiveness, like those were lessons, and those are nothing to lose sleep. That's all of that. It's like it's just what was. It's just what was, because now you have ascended and healed, or you will, and you will be or are in your Empress energy. And so that is a divine feminine female who resonates in her heart space, but she also resonates with the divine or her higher self. And so just by default of being higher vibrational, you will not bring in that same relationship. That you just won't. As long as you are higher vibrational, and you're going to bring in a soul contract, and many of your guides are going to ensure that happens. So yeah, and okay, and again, to ensure all of this happens, and again, this might be prickly for some people, so you might want to turn down the volume, plug your ears, or whatever, but to ensure all of that all of this happens, and you remain in a place of high vibration, and you bring in the soul contract, then you will refrain from vaping and smoking marijuana and drinking alcohol, and you will refrain from drugs. And so, and it's not, I was going to say, it's not so much about being clean. It is about resonating at a higher vibration, that and staying away from and shifting timelines, and staying away from what it is that the controllers want you to do. They want you to enter into these awful relationships that make you stuck and stagnant and stupid. They want you to be in relationships where you are codependent and trauma bonded, and you stay with people because you depend on them financially, or you depend on them emotionally, and you just can't get out. That's what they want. They want you to be in that space, or that low stagnant vibration. They want that, because in that you're stressed and depressed, and you're emitting the energy, and your feed, they're harvesting your energy. So again, I'm not going to talk about that, but that is what's happening. That is what's happening. But okay, so again, for the one that you either are or you will be in your Empress energy, and your guides are going to support you as long as you are at a higher vibration, because you have a soul contract coming to you. Oh my gosh. And that is who it is. This is fabulous. And yeah, that's the person. That is the person that your guides or higher realms, or just like those that are vibrating higher, this is protected for you. It's protected. It's like holding space for you at a higher vibration. So it's there for you. It's there for you. It's you on a higher timeline. So yeah, that's wonderful, and that's what that is. Okay. And that's a death card. And so that it's not death, that there's an end to what was. It's just an end to what was. Don't hang on to that. Let it go. Let it go. No judgment. Just release and surrender. Release, surrender. Love yourself. Become higher vibrational so that this person will meet you at your higher ascended level. Yeah, because you have essentially you've jumped timelines. And if you haven't, you will. Stop vaping. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that is a sweet, sweet, sweet chosen person or earth angel. That's what that is. That is what that is. That's really sweet. Okay. Do you see what happens when you ascend and you move out of the low vibrational quagmire? Then when you become higher vibrational and your engine is purring at a higher rate, then a reciprocal soul connection or soul contract meets you where you are, and you will, and then hopefully you can move into your earth angel energy. You can resonate in that energy. So we'll talk more about exactly what an earth angel is, but an earth angel is much like Mother Earth or Mother Nature, and just so kind and loving. And again, that's what you, as a human, that's what you want to aspire to be. That's why earth angels are put here, so that they can sort of lead the way and show you how to live in your heart space. Yeah. They are unconditionally loving. They really are unconditionally loving. And they don't just say that they are. They are. They are. Okay. This is really sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, and so this is just, okay, so two things. This is confirmation for what I was saying, because of this relationship with all these layers in it, for whomever you are, and everyone is on a different timeline, so everyone is just a little bit, higher, low, like everyone's a little bit different. It's a general reading. But for some of you, because of this, and because of this man, riding on a white horse, or a light horse, not a dark horse, a light horse, because you were lied to about what the dark and the light is. So this experience or this encounter or you resonating in this person's vibration, it thrusts you into your high priestess energy. So when you are in an energy, sometimes you're there as a life preserver. Sometimes you're there for restoration. Sometimes you're there for transformation. Sometimes you're there for healing. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. Sometimes it's just like a pocket of holding space for you. So be there, resonate there, but you don't have to stay there. That's why I say you were thrust into that energy of, you're still kind and loving, but you have no tolerance for anything. And so that's where you were, but you don't, as a divine feminine, which is this Empress, she doesn't have to stay there. So yeah, nothing is carved in stone. Nothing is. That's why it's energy. It's energy. Okay. All right. You see, there's that sweet earth angel. This is really sweet. Okay, and that is the dark ethereal watchers. They are the controllers that they want you to ascend. They want you to ascend. And like I said yesterday, they are more powerful than they are kind and loving. Take that as you want, as you want. That's pretty much as I can tell you about them. And that is the Wheel of Fortune. And the reason that it comes in right there is because you have free will. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. So yeah, you can choose to keep drinking the Pepsi and the vodka and hitting the vape. And I'm not saying that because I'm judging you. And if that makes you feel prickly inside, then that's about you, not me. Right? And yeah, the whole vaping thing, if that doesn't frighten everyone, then it frightens me that it doesn't frighten you. It does. It does. So, okay. All right. So again, that comes in because you have free will. You were given free will. You were. That's why a lot of humans make destructive choices. So again, no judgment. I'm just trying to clear away. I'm trying to open a curtain that was shut on you intentionally. It was intentionally closed on you. You were lied to. I did not tell you to believe in Santa Claus. I didn't tell you that there was a Santa Claus. I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you to believe in Santa Claus. I didn't tell you that. I'm not the one that lied to you. I didn't do it. You have been lied to, but it wasn't me. So, okay. All right, this is really fabulous. I'm going to leave it open-ended because I am. So, it is very intense energy, and again, it's sometimes it's just about opening up the curtain and just opening it up. So again, my love to you. I send you love and healing energy, and I hope you have a really good evening. Good night, and I thank you for watching.